Hi, I'm David Kang, founder of Prosperity Partners. I've been trading for over 14 years, and since 2020, I've 70x one of my trading accounts and generated over $3 million in profit, trading just 30 to 60 minutes per day. I didn't start with wealth or connections. My background was in classical violin, and this journey didn't just change my finances, it completely transformed my life. I want to share how I got here and why I built Prosperity Partners. I grew up as a pastor's kid in a humble home. My dad devoted his life to ministry. My mom worked as a school nurse and money was always tight. I saw early what financial stress can do to a family, and music became my escape, my passion. I practiced obsessively and eventually earned acceptance into my dream school, Berklee College of Music. But even with scholarships, we simply couldn't afford it. That moment broke me. It was the first time I truly felt how limiting a lack of money could be. So I went to a college that I could afford. However, things changed in my freshman year. I stumbled onto an app called StockTwits. Someone mentioned a biotech stock that was about to explode, and with the only money I had, which was $2,000 saved from violin gigs, I took a chance. 30 minutes later, in the middle of class, I was up $300. That moment changed my life. I walked out of class and started studying every investing book I could find, like my life depended on it. I turned that $2,300 into $27,000 in my second year of college. I thought I figured it all out, but then the market humbled me. I lost $20,000 in one day, and it shook me. I was trading using every strategy I could find on books, YouTube, RSI, MACD, moving averages, bounces, every guru's secret system, right? And I still lost most of my money. That is when I realized if I wanted to truly be a profitable trader, I couldn't think like everyone else. I needed a completely different approach, a real, repeatable system. Now, after leaving college in 2016, I decided to go all in on trading, but I was done with inconsistent results. I wanted a real system, so I started testing. I kept asking one question over and over. What happens when multiple high probability factors align at the exact same moment? Not one indicator, not one pattern, stacked probabilities. I spent years, thousands of hours back testing, replaying market sessions, journaling, emotions, and tracking every trade. I tested which moving averages institution algorithms actually respect, which news catalysts trigger automated buying, which candlestick patterns tend to lead to continuation versus reversal, and which volume thresholds separate real moves from noise, and most importantly, how fear, greed, and FOMO leave clues in the charts, and how to systemize trading those emotions instead of being controlled by them. Now, by 2017, I began sharing my trades inside a small community, fully transparent about my wins and losses. Now, as the data accumulated, the pattern became undeniable. The framework that would become the Prosperity Profit System was consistently producing an over 85% win rate across thousands of trades and across very different market conditions. So from 2020 to 2025, I took a $30,000 account and generated over $3 million in profit, trading just 30 to 60 minutes a day through the COVID crash, the stimulus-fueled retail mania, and even into the 2022 bear market. I was executing a proven playbook with clarity, discipline, and conviction. And that's when I knew this wasn't a luck, it was a system. But even after building the system, something still felt missing. Even when I started making money, I felt empty. I had financial wins, but no real purpose. You see, I grew up knowing about God, but I didn't really know Him until my mid-20s. When I gave my life to Christ, trading stopped being just about making money. It became a vehicle for something bigger. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that verse became my anchor, not just in trading, but in life. Trading taught me discipline, patience, and control, and that success isn't about one big win. It's about consistent, disciplined execution over time. But my faith taught me something deeper. Success is a responsibility. I'm not here to just build wealth for myself. I'm here to serve others. I married my wife, Shoko, who I also taught the system, and we started building a family. My priority shifted completely. Wealth stopped being about flexing or status. It became about options, peace, being able to provide for your family without constant stress. And I realized there are millions of people, especially pre-retirees in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who have significant capital, but they're stuck paying fees to advisors who still underperform the market. And so the money was working for the Wall Street, not for them. And that just didn't sit right with me. I built Prosperity Partners because I know what it's like to feel stuck, to work hard, do everything right, and still feel like you're not getting ahead. To trust these experts who don't deliver. So over time, as my personal trading results became consistently profitable and my system proved itself across thousands of trades, people close to me started asking, hey, can you teach me how to trade? So I started teaching small groups at first, and the results were consistent. People who followed the system, who learned the rules, who executed with discipline, they won. And that's when I realized this needed to be bigger. There are sophisticated investors with 100, 500,000, 1 million plus sitting in accounts, earning mediocre returns, managed by advisors who underperform and still collect their fees. Most people aren't lacking money, they're lacking access to the same market infrastructure and execution that hedge funds and institutions use every day. And that is where Prosperity Partners come in. We built a white glove trading consultancy designed to help high net worth individuals operate like their own hedge fund without Wall Street's gatekeeping or outdated system. First, we guide clients step by step through direct access trading software, the same technology professional firms use to see and execute opportunities before they appear on retail platforms. The second, we teach Prosperity Profit System, a structured approach built on psychology, technicals, risk management, and position sizing, a system that's achieved an 85% verified win rate across 10,000 trades. Third, we provide hands-on mentorship and accountability. You're not just getting trades, you're learning the process behind every decision. Because we're not here to sell trades, we're here to build traders. Real prosperity isn't about chasing gains, it's about consistency, control, and peace of mind. And that's why I built Prosperity Partners, to give people the tools, the systems, and mindset to take control of their capital and truly achieve financial freedom. Here's what most people don't know. Prosperity Partners is just the beginning. My long-term vision is to build this into one of the largest and most trusted wealth consultancies in the world. Right now, we're starting with active trading, the Prosperity Profit System. But over the next decade, Prosperity Partners will expand into a full spectrum wealth consultancy. Not generic advice from an advisor at Merrill Lynch, not hoping for 7% returns in your 401k. Real strategies, real execution, real wealth multiplication. And here's the difference. We teach you how to do it yourself. Most wealth advisors want you dependent on them forever, charging 1 to 2% annually for generic allocation models. We want you to be independent. We teach you the strategies, we give you the tools, and we show you the execution live every day. Then we step back and let you build. Here's my commitment to you. I will never offer anything I don't use myself. I trade using the Prosperity Profit System every morning, live, real time, with the same discipline I teach. My results are real, my systems are transparent, and my process is proven. What you see is what you get. I will never hide performance data. Every trade, win or lose, that's what builds trust. I will never overpromise or manipulate expectations. Trading has risk, but when it's approached with structure, risk management, and emotional control, probabilities begin to align in your favor. And above all, I will always operate with integrity because my faith is my foundation. Proverbs 11:3 says, "The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity." I live by that in life, in business, and in every decision we make at Prosperity Partners. My goal isn't just to help you make money. It's to protect what you've built, grow it with confidence, and know that your capital is working intelligently for you. Over the coming years, Prosperity Partners will become one of the most trusted names in wealth consultancy. Not because of how much capital we oversee, but because of how many people we empower to multiply their wealth independently. That's the vision, and it starts with you. If you're ready to take control of your wealth, if you're tired of paying fees to people who underperform, and if you want to learn institutional grade strategies in just 30 to 60 minutes per day, then Prosperity Partners is for you. Right now, we're focused on active trading, but this is only the beginning. Over time, you'll have access to the broader Prosperity Partners ecosystem, alternative investments, wealth preservation, and legacy planning, all built on one foundation: proof, transparency, and education. Click the button below to schedule your private consultation by filling out the short application. We will review your goals, discuss where you are today, and determine if our framework is the right fit to help you move forward. We don't work with everyone. We only work with select people who are serious investors. I look forward to meeting you. Let's build something great together, not just for today, but for the generations to come. From active trading to generational legacy, this is the path. God bless.